Psychetruth. Life, wisdom.
Hey, it's Catherine Elizabeth, and welcome to day 10 of my 10-day flexibility challenge. Today we're going to be taking everything that we've been learning these last 10 days, combining them, and finally attempting our splits, our backbend walkover, and our scorpion. So go ahead and just start warming up your necks and your shoulders. I am super excited that this is day 10 of the challenge. It's been a learning experience for all of us, and it's been really fun working with you guys. Thank you so much for joining me these past 10 days. And I am curious if you have been with me for each consecutive day, if this has only been a 10-day program for you, or if, like many of us, you need to revisit a few days. How long did it take you to get to this point? I would love to know. I would love to know what you think. But again, congratulations for making it this far, and thank you so much for joining me. I'm really humbled and flattered and really pleased that you guys are doing this with me. So without further ado, let's get started. So we're going to begin with our bellies on the mat for upper back lifts. So we're going to start with our bellies on the mat, feet together, pressing against the floor. Our arms are off to the sides in 90-degree angles, and our chin is just resting on the mat. Now exhale out, and on an inhale, we're going to raise our upper bodies with our upper back. Holding it for a few seconds and lowering it back down. Up again on an inhale. And lower. Remembering that our neck is just an extension of our spine. So let it be free and let it just follow the natural curve of your upper back. One more, hold it longer. Take another inhale in and bring it up just a little higher. And exhale down. Let's do a few more. This time we're raising the feet off the mat while we raise our upper body. So we're balancing on our hips and our lower stomach, pulling the feet together. Exhale out, inhale up. Hands are just in blades, fingertips pressing together. Try to point your toes, get that stretch in your hips. Exhale down. Last one, inhale up, hold it just a little bit longer. One more inhale, bring it up a little higher. And release it down. Good. Now we're going to go to our side plank to find our balance. So go ahead and turn to your right side. Position your hand right under your shoulder. Stack your feet on top of one another. You're going to push the floor away with that hand. You're going to extend the left hand up. And this time, for an extra challenge, you're going to lift that pointed toe to the sky. You can keep it here with the feet facing the same way, or you can turn it out a little farther. And just keep breathing, pushing the floor away, and making sure not to collapse in your shoulders or your right hip. Bring it back down. Come to center, and go ahead and turn to your left side. So stack that left hand under your shoulder, stack the feet, lift that left hip up, extend your right arm to the sky, and when you're ready, lift that right foot up, and turn it out. And bring it back to center. Lower down, and we're just going to take it to a lunge. So step your left foot out, knee is stacked over the heel, right heel pushes back behind you as your right hip pushes forward. Just trying to make your leg as long as possible and as straight as possible. From here, you can lower that right knee, wind your arm behind you, grab that right foot, try to maintain the alignment in your pelvis as you push your hand away with that right foot. Eventually, getting the heel to your right glute. Now, be sure to lean forward in this position. If you're rocking back, you'll get more of a stretch if you just push a little bit more forward, making sure that heel gets over, or make sure your knee gets over your heel. Okay, take it to the other side. Right foot forward, left leg extends behind, right knee stacks over the right heel, left heel goes to the back wall, left hip drives forward, making your left leg as long as possible while staying parallel with your back knee facing the floor. And when you're ready, drop that back knee, take your right arm, wind it behind you, grab the left foot, and reposition yourself over your front foot, so your knee is stacked over your heel. And push that hand away from you with your left foot. All right, go ahead and let that go. We're going to go into Pigeon Pose. So we curl our right leg under. So you're going to touch the arch of your right foot to your left hip bone and just sort of roll around. See where you're finding the most tension. You should really just be stretching your right glutes, your right hip muscles. So you want to aim to get that to the floor with your body still facing forward over your midline. And now from here we can do our extended stretch. So wrap that arm back. Try staying on that right hip. Try keeping contact with the mat there as you push away your hand with the left foot. If this is a really deep stretch for you, I always recommend inhaling out as you push, or inhaling in as you push, and exhaling, letting the stretch just take its course, the relaxed attitude. Okay, let's do the same thing on the other side. So we have our left leg forward, our left arch comes to our right hip. We extend out behind us with our right leg. Roll around, just loosen up those glutes on your left a little bit. And when you can finally get that left hip on the floor, just go ahead and straighten that right leg behind you and position yourself nice and tall, looking straight ahead. And once you found this position, go ahead and wrap that right arm back. Push away the right hand. Release. Inhale. Release. Inhale. Release. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Now we're going to take it to our flat back hamstring stretch. So go ahead and push it. The left leg front, right leg is angled to 45 degrees. So go ahead and position your left foot facing forward. Your right foot is at a 45-degree angle facing out. You're pulling back your left hip and pushing forward your right hip with straight legs. Now bring it up to flat back. So your back should be long and parallel to the floor. And on the exhale, just drop your head down to the shin. Just breathe here. Push it up once more to flat back. If you like, you can stretch your shoulders here, maintaining that parallel line in your spine, parallel to the floor. And drop it back down. Good, and bring it to the other side. So right foot facing forward, left foot in a 45-degree angle. Heels are in line. And make sure you're pulling back that right hip as you drive your left hip forward. You don't want to be open in this position. You really want your hips to be squared off. So find your flat back here. Equal weight in your feet. And on an exhale, bring your forehead to your shin. Bring it up to flat back once more. This time you can stretch your shoulders. Just pulling your hands back behind you. And release it back down. And from here we're ready to slide into our splits, making sure our weight is equal on both legs, using our hands to support us, and aiming each leg away from each other. I'm going to roll in onto my elbows to get that back leg a little bit more. And I roll it back to center. Sitting up nice and tall, shoulders down. And to the other side. Walking to the center onto elbows, placing more weight in that back leg. Still trying to straighten that back leg as much as possible. We're just rolling onto the hip a little bit. And bring it back to center. Sitting up tall, stretching the legs away from each other. Good job. So as you guys know, splits was one of our goal poses for this program. So congratulations if this 10-day program has helped you get your splits. If you're still working on them, don't be discouraged. You're well on your way, and you're more than welcome to go back to other videos and work on those until you're really comfortable with your splits. So now you can join me for standing. So for this next sequence, you're going to want to find your wall and your lift. So this is my ottoman. Again, you might want to use the edge of your bed, just something that elevates you a little bit higher off the ground and has a nice flat surface. We're going to be doing our wall walks right into our assisted back walkover. So we're going to start a few feet away from the wall. We're going to bend our knees. Legs are a little bit wider than hip width distance, or you can keep them at your hips. I'm going to turn out my toes slightly, so I'm going to take it a little bit lower. So I'm going to reach behind me, driving my hips forward, and I'm just gonna walk down the wall. And push up. Again. I reach back, bend my knees, hips go forward. I catch myself on the wall, slowly walk down. Try to go a little deeper each time. Come on up. One last time for this set. I'm going to take a wider stance and go lower than ever. Hips go forward. I reach back. Walk up the wall. Meet your hands in the middle if you like. Push up and relax. Now we're going to take it to our backbend walkover. So as you go into your assisted backbend, remember that the closer you can walk your feet to your hands, the easier it's going to be to get your weight and your feet up over your head. So here we go. We're going to try this for the first time today. I'm just going to take off my shoes so I can get a better grip on the ottoman. Don't forget to also push through your arms as you kick off from your feet. So I've actually come outside to do the last few poses. The grass makes it a little bit more comfortable to try these new things like the backbend walkover. Gives you a little bit of a cushion, just feels a little bit nicer than trying to do it inside on a tile floor or a wood floor. And this is actually where I attempted my first backbend walkover. So we're going to start by climbing down our own legs just to get used to that back bend without the wall as a guide. So I've taken my mat out here. I'm going to put my feet on either side of it, and I'm just going to walk down the back of my legs. So I'm just going to put my palms on my thighs. I'm going to look up. I'm going to bend my knees as deeply as I can, really pushing my hips forward, using my glutes, tightening my glutes, getting these hips as forward as possible. And then with a deep stretch in my shoulders and my arms, I'm going to find my legs, attempt to straighten them somewhat, and then just slowly look for the floor behind me. And walk it back up. And you can try that once more again. Try to go a little bit deeper this time, and if you like, try to put your hands on the floor. So we bend our knees, we push our hips forward, squeezing our glutes. We look back, looking for the mat behind us. Keep pushing forward with the hips. And find the ground behind you. And just walk it back up. So this is something you might want to revisit before attempting the full backbend walkover until you can get your hands comfortably to the ground and back. So I'm going to do my dancer's pose, and I'm going to use my fence as an assist. After we do the dancer's pose, I'm going to attempt the scorpion for the first time. So we prepare for our dancer's pose, feet together, hand on the fence, left hand comes back, holds the top of the foot, lean forward, move your hand if you need to, and just start pushing the hand away with the foot, keeping the eyes at hand level. And return to center. We're going to do that on the other side, and then we'll go right into our scorpion on the first side. So we grab our right foot here. Use your left hand as a support. Legs are parallel. Push that right hand away with your right foot. Just keep your eyes over your arm, which should be parallel to the floor as you continuously push with your right leg. And bring it back to center. Turn around for the other side. So now that we're going to go into our scorpion pose, we're going to start it the same way as though we were going to do dancer's pose. That is, feet together and using your wall as an assist. Now, bring your foot up in the same way, knees are together. This time angle your foot a little bit outward. Now you're going to actively pull with your left arm. You're going to pull that leg up, still resisting slightly, pushing out with the foot, but you're going to hold it here. And from there you're going to take your right hand and you're going to flip your thumb over, grab the arch of the foot, and then the left hand will come under. So let me demonstrate that. So I have my thumb under the arch of my foot here. I bring my left hand under, and now I'm bending my right leg as I start to push my hands away the same way I would in dancer's pose until it's up over the top of my head. And then I straighten. And you can always use your fence for support if you have trouble getting your balance coming from the bent leg to a straight leg. Now eventually you do want to be able to do that with a full straight leg without bending your knee. So let's try that. So I bring my foot up to parallel, knees are together, flare the foot out, resist my hand as it comes up high, take my thumb under my arch, get a nice good grip, left hand comes under, and lean forward as I push away. And come back to center. So let's try the scorpion on the other side. Our feet are together, our left hand is against our support. We raise the right foot up, bring the knee back to center, lift the leg up and out, take that left hand, find a good grip with the thumb deep in the arch of the foot. Now from here, your right hand crosses under, meeting your left thumb so that both hands are gripping the foot evenly. Bend the left leg as you start pushing your hands away with your foot, attempting to get your foot up and over your head, all the while leaning forward to give yourself a nice base of support. Good. So that was attempt number 1. This time we're going to try to do it with a straight leg. So we grab the right foot, bring it up high, up and out, take the left thumb, get it under the arch, right hand wraps under, lean forward, push the hands away, and return to center. Great job, you guys. So now we're finally ready for our backbend walkover. Make sure you find a nice open spot where you feel comfortable, and the first couple of times you do this, you might want to invite one of your friends to help and be your spotter, offering gentle assistance under your back while you do these backbend walkovers. So for most people, when they start these, they have enough flexibility to get into the backbend and to kick over back to standing. The hard part is getting the momentum from the backbend into that momentary handstand. So in a way, it's actually easier if you can complete this motion faster because you have the momentum of the backbend to help you get over back to your standing position. So let me show you how to start. We start with our feet either slightly wider than hip width, or you can start out to your mat if you find that easier for now. Now I'm going to reach up. Same idea as with the hamstring walks. We want our hips really far, as far over as you can, really, over your heels. Now from here, you're gonna look back and really just let yourself fall onto strong, lengthened arms as you look between your hands. Now from here, you want to walk your heels in towards your head. So that was a bit of a surprise for me today, because as you see, I did not actually get my full walkover today. I got very, very close. I got to that sort of point of middle ground where I'm right in my handstand, but I'm not quite getting over. So what that tells me is that I have been focusing a lot on my flexibility, but I haven't been focusing on the push-off, that point where I kick my legs over. All of that is going to come from my hamstring strength and my glute strength, really pushing through the ground to get my legs up and over my hips. So I'm going to go back, do my own glute exercises, my own hamstring exercises, and I'm going to attempt this again. Next time, maybe with a spotter, help me get used to my form again. Or maybe that's all I need, just a little toning up in the hamstrings and glutes. Tomorrow's a new day. Hopefully I'll be back in top form. And so this is just another example of how everybody's body is different, and it's different every day. So don't give up, keep on working, and you'll see the results that you want. So that's it. That was day 10 of my 10-day flexibility challenge. I know it's been it has been a challenge, it's been tough, but thank you so much for sticking with it, and I hope you'll join me for my future videos, and I really hope to hear from you guys, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.